welcome back to the F1 Journal and to the 70th anniversary race review, in which Max Verstappen shocked the Mercedes for a supreme win. Red Bull and brilliant Verstappen unexpectedly ended Mercedes' perfect start to F1 in 2020. Mercedes suffered blistering in Silverstone, but Hamilton overtook Bottas for second late on, with Leclerc making an unlikely one-stop work to take Ferrari to fourth. Red Bull's Max Verstappen shocked Mercedes to end the world champions' winning run in an intense and thrilling race at F1's 70th anniversary GP, as Lewis Hamilton snatched second from Bottas in the closing laps. On a day when Mercedes' previous Achilles heels, tyre performance and hot weathers resurfaced at a sweltering Silverstone, Red Bull's decision from qualifying to start on Pirelli's hardest compound paid off, and a brilliant win for Verstappen was the end result. The Dutchman ran longer than even Mercedes in the first stint to set himself up for victory, and although he dropped back behind early race leader Bottas after his first stop, he swiftly and decisively overtook the Finn for the lead. I didn't see it coming, admitted Verstappen. His first victory of the season and his ninth in his F1 career. Bottas then suffered further disappointment when teammate and title rival Lewis Hamilton overtook him with 2 laps to go after the Briton had stretched out his second stint despite severe rear blistering. To compound matters for a frustrated Finn, who failed to score at Silverstone last week after a late puncture, Verstappen now moves ahead of him in the Drivers' Championship as Hamilton's nearest challenger after 5 rounds. Hamilton still leads the title by 30 points, while his 155th F1 podium ties all-time record of Michael Schumacher. It was a massive challenge, said Hamilton. Firstly, congratulations to the Red Bull team and to Max. They definitely have the qualms we have today. Definitely unexpected to have the blistering as hardcore as we experienced, but I'm really grateful to progress and manage my way through until the end. In another strong performance in a struggling Ferrari, Charles Leclerc finished a stunning 4th after competing what had been considered an unlikely one-stop strategy. But it was another appalling display for Sebastian Vettel, the ailing 4-time world champion. The German spun on lap 1 after clouting a curb and dropped back to the back of the field before rebuking his Ferrari team for a strategy call over the radio en route to a pointless 12th place. Alex Albon returned to the top 5 in the second Red Bull, with Racing Point pair Lance Stroll and Nico Hülkenberg losing ground late on and ending up 6th and 7th respectively. Mercedes had absolutely dominated the first 5 weekends of the delayed 2020 season, claiming pole and race victory every time up until today. The sequence looked unlikely to change after Bottas and Hamilton locked out the front row again, and particularly when Verstappen, their only likely challenger, qualified behind the impressive Hülkenberg in 4th. But Red Bull still had what turned into the ultimate ace up their sleeve, the hard compound tyres that won Verstappen the race. The Mercedes and the rest of the top 10 were starting on the less durable, albeit theoretically faster, mediums. But once Verstappen had overtaken Hülkenberg at the start of the race and stayed within striking distances of the leading Mercs after the opening laps, it became clear that the world champions had a battle on their hands, and Verstappen knew it. Asked by his race engineer to cool his tyres and engine while running in DRS range of Hamilton, Verstappen replied, "Mate, this is the only chance of being close to the Mercedes. I'm not sitting behind like a grandma." Struggling with blistering, Bottas stopped first, with Hamilton soon following, allowing to Verstappen to take the lead and set about making what was now clearly a strategy advantage count. After the first stint, it seemed we were really good on tyres, said Verstappen afterwards. Of course, there was a question mark of how Mercedes were going to go on the hard tyres. We had a lot of pace in the car, and I didn't really have a lot of tyre issues at all. We just kept pushing. An incredible result, of course, to win here. Everything worked out well. I'm incredibly happy. Despite an initial advantage of fresher tyres after their respective stops, Bottas and Hamilton again soon struggled with blistering on the hard compound and slipped further adrift of Verstappen. Hamilton, who pondered on the radio at points whether Red Bull were running lower tyre pressures or whether something was wrong with the Mercedes cars, did inherit the lead when Verstappen and Bottas stopped simultaneously for the second time. The left rear tyre on the Englishman's W11 appeared shot, but Hamilton kept a decent pace and stretched his stint as long as possible before Mercedes had to also pit the world champion. He returned behind Leclerc in fourth place, and after eventually dispatching the Ferrari, he set about catching Bottas on his fresher tyres. He overtook with 2 laps to go out of Luffield. Very frustrating, obviously starting from pole and finishing third is not ideal, rude, despondent Bottas. As a team, we were sleeping at some points when Max managed to get ahead of us, and my strategy was far from ideal. Lots to learn today, I think. And finally, here was the final classification for today's race. Max Verstappen, of course, claiming his first win of the season in what was a beautiful strategy by Red Bull. Hamilton and Bottas will be disappointed, but brilliant drive from Leclerc and Albon, to be fair, both doing the one-stopper, or Albon did a two-stopper. The racing points will be disappointed, but then top credit to Hulkenberg. He's done a great job. Ocon 14th to 8, good job. Norris, I don't know. Kvyat, great job by him, qualifying in Q1 and getting to the points. Gasly and Vettel, Sainz, Ricciardo will all be disappointing, especially following Ricciardo's spin. And then the other drivers at the back, they just don't have the pace in the race, really. Not much you can say about them. But anyway, guys, that is it for this video. Thanks very much for watching. Remember to like, share, subscribe. Let me know what you thought about the race in the comments down below. And remember to follow me on Twitter, link in the description below for F1 news. And subscribe to my other channels on screen right now. That'd be greatly appreciated. Thanks very much for watching. Bye.